e benvenuti a Somers Middle School. My name is Mr. Drebich, and I teach Italian and Spanish here at Somers Middle School. Welcome to the Italian Language Awards ceremony. I would like to thank all of you for being here with us this evening. This year, we are celebrating the 500th anniversary of Verrazzano's discovery of the New York Harbor. Congratulations to all the students and their families who will be awarded this evening. The students have been very busy this month celebrating Italian Heritage Month in each of their schools, and we applaud you for all of your hard work. Tonight is about you students, your accomplishments and your achievements in learning the Italian language. You should be very proud of yourselves, as we are very proud of you. At this moment, I would like to introduce to you our principal, Signora Jen Mangoni, to share a few words.
Thank you so much, Senor. Do not let my Italian last name mislead you. My maiden name is Finnegan. I am purely an appreciator of the Italian culture and family. As someone who married into a very vibrant first-generation Italian family, my mother-in-law is one of 10. My husband has 50 first cousins. My fourth child, because you know we Italians, we love to spread the love of Italians everywhere in the world, is the 29th great-grandchild of rest her soul, my amazing. Though I'm not a member of the Italian community, I have a love, passion for Italian culture and language. And I am so proud and blessed to work in a school with such amazing, passionate world language instructors like Senor Drebich and Signorina Quinn. We are so excited to have here with us at Somers Middle School this year. I am so incredibly proud of the accomplishments of all of the students, and we are so blessed to host so many wonderful students from so many local school districts who have an appreciation for Italian heritage, culture, and language. So I'm excited to be here with you this evening to celebrate, and we are very excited to host you here in our home at Somers Middle School. So welcome and congratulations to all the student award recipients this evening.
At this moment, I would like to introduce Olivia McGurk, 8th grade Italian student here at Somers Middle School, who will be singing the national anthem for us in both English and Italian. Please follow along in the brochure so you can sing along.
Say, can twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Buonasera e benvenuti. Thank you to Italian teacher Daniel Drebich and Principal Jennifer Mangone for hosting our ceremony this year. My name is Mara Persampieri, and I am president of the WCIAO. We're just going to abbreviate it because it's a big, long name. I have been wife, mother, teacher of Italian language, and an Italian immigrant, the last being an impetus for my life's work. There was a time when the Italian culture, language, and people were considered lower than low, if even considered at all. Thankfully, through perseverance, hard work, and sheer persistence and determination, we overcame the numerous obstacles that have gotten us to events like this evening's. It took tremendous work by the generations of people that came before us to gain the heightened public awareness of our language and culture, to engender pride among Italian Americans regarding their heritage, and to gain the positive portrayals of Italian Americans that we are privileged to today. I recall as recently as 30 years ago, myself and my husband with children in tow, going door to door to the families in our school district to obtain signatures to have Italian language offered in our schools. Professor Sclafani was putting in his own legwork, and along with the other founders of WCIAO, brainstormed this Westchester coalition of Italian American organizations to foster unity, because as our Italian proverb states, l'unione fa la forza, there is strength in unity. They understood that we could be stronger in fighting injustices if we presented a united front. The IHCC in New York City was making a name and place for itself at this time, and staying true to goal, it was only fitting to follow in its footsteps and join the Italians of Westchester to those of other boroughs of New York. And so, this ceremony was instituted to award and recognize students and teachers of the Italian language, and to continue the work of heightening public awareness and continued dissemination of the Italian language and culture. There is a line in the recent acclaimed movie Cabrini, spoken by the Archbishop Michael Cargan, who was not originally supportive, but came to understand what she was up against and what she was trying to do. He told her, "My father said to me, our entire generation digs trenches so you could have water from the tap. We may not be digging literal trenches, but we continue the work required to take our children into a better future." Which brings me to you, dear students. In reading the teacher's recommendation letters, I repeatedly encountered phrases such as, the student who attempts to jump levels, aspires to be a polyglot, embraces cultures, volunteers for different causes, and connects to different people with confidence and with the goal of always achieving a positive result, or has dedicated much time to volunteer for several causes she holds dear. You embody those same qualities that we as a people hold in so high esteem. You are the reason for us being here this evening. You are what and for whom we work. And by your presence here this evening, you make us proud. And we see blossoming the seeds that were planted by others before us. I extend warm wishes and congratulations to both you and your teachers. You are our emissaries to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, in May of 2023, the Westchester County Board of Legislators elected Vedat Gashi as the new chairperson in a vote of 17-0. Born in Kosovo, at the age of 4, he and his family fled the oppressive socialist regime to the United States. Since then, he has been a resident of Westchester County for over 2 decades. He earned a BA from Connecticut College, where he was invited to serve on the Board of Trustees as a young alumni trustee. He earned his JD from Seton Hall University, and during his studies, interned for Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor and Congressman Lee Hamilton. His election makes him the first person of Albanian American descent and the first person of the Muslim faith to become a chair of the Board of Legislators in its 300-year history. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chair of the Westchester Board of Legislators, Vedat Gashi.
Buonasera. One more time, guys. Buonasera. Buonasera. All right. First off, thank you for that amazing introduction. That was wonderful. It is all true, but I appreciate it anyway. As was mentioned, I'm Albanian American, and it is not Italian. Tonight we're celebrating Italian heritage, but someone recently described Albanians as slightly more stubborn Italians with maybe a J in their name. We just honored 2 individuals at the Westchester County Board of Legislators, and Lucrezia, who was also there, came to raise the Italian flag in White Plains at Westchester County. And actually, though Albanian and Italian are different, there is a large community of Albanian Americans, the Rush community, which Lucrezia is one of the representatives of, that is a mingling of both. So it is really, again, my honor to be here and celebrate. And you know, when you learn a language, it's more than just the words. You're learning a culture. And for me, when I learned Albanian, it was an ability to speak to my family and connect with my home, the place where I was, where I came from, where my family came from. It is such an amazing thing that you guys are studying Italian, that you're celebrating it, that you're recognizing the value of it. And I really hope that you continue to do so, because I think we're all better off for it. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this event, and I look forward to celebrating with you all.
I would ask that each Italian language teacher in the auditorium please stand. And if you would stand on the bleachers here up front, we'll be calling each of your individual names with your student, but we just wanted to recognize you on your own. We thank you for your commitment, dedication, and passion in fostering the Italian language and culture. Now, please give them a round of applause. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we just would like to remember our founder, Professor Carlos Clafani. We have purchased a memorial brick at the Garibaldi Meucci Museum in Staten Island, dedicated to Professor Sclafani, and would like to present it to the Sclafani family. It reads, Professore Carlos Sclafani, in loving memory and esteem, W. Chow. I'd like to call to the podium the daughter of Professor Carlos Sclafani, Sandra Sclafani.
Buonasera a tutti. I want to thank the Westchester Coalition of Italian American Organizations for welcoming me here tonight to accept this beautiful memorial tribute to my father, Professore Carlos Sclafani. This memorial brick will be part of the Garibaldi Meucci Museum Recognition Walkway. Not only serves as a way to recognize my father, but for me, really has so much meaning and symbolism behind it. Just as a brick provides a strong and sturdy foundation to walk on and build on, you have my father laying the groundwork and sturdy foundation needed to spread the Italian language and culture to all those around. Through him, the love for Italian language and culture spread like wildfire here in Westchester County. My father started this organization many years ago, and today each and every one of us here are the bricks upon that foundation. This organization was created to preserve, promote, celebrate Italian and Italian American history, culture, language, and ideas. By each and every one of you being here tonight, we are continuing this legacy and building on the knowledge and appreciation for the beautiful language and culture Italy has to offer us. To our young students, congratulations. You are taking Italian, and you have your Italian teachers here with you, encouraging and celebrating you for your hard work, dedication, and excellence in the Italian language and culture. We are all so proud to have you be the next level of bricks building on this foundation. We need you to continue to grow and get stronger in your knowledge in Italian culture and preservation of the Italian language. What happens when you go off to college? Will you have elective credits to take Italian or perhaps be an Italian major? All those decisions will be in your hands. It is there where you have the chance to open your heart, mind, and soul to all that the Italian language and culture has to offer. But does Italian language and culture only flourish and grow only in the classroom? I can assure you it does not. It can be celebrated, appreciated in so many ways. You can appreciate the beautiful artworks of famous Italian artists like Michelangelo, Bernini, Leonardo da Vinci, Caravaggio, just to name a few. Whether you're flying to Italy to see their works of art or Googling their names and seeing and reading about their masterpieces, you will be in awe of the details and beauty in all their works. You can even visit our U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. and see the beautiful dome painted by the Italian-American artist Costantino Brumidi. And how about our beautiful Mount Rushmore in South Dakota? Do you know the chief carver was an Italian-American named Luigi Del Bianco? He was featured in one of the pictures that we saw earlier. Well, that was his nephew, actually. Or a grandson. One of his family members, but that was definitely him. So, how about music? Would you ever check out an Italian opera? I can tell you when I was growing up, it was a hard no. Although my dad tried so hard to make me like it. He would play opera at home and I would complain and make fun of it. For me, I had no idea what they were saying when they were singing. How can they be singing Italian? I didn't hear one single word. He dragged me to operas and I admit I did moan and groan about it. But when I was 16 years old, it clicked. He took me to see Tosca, an opera by Giacomo Puccini. He sat me down and said, Sandra, unless you read the program, which has a synopsis of the story of the opera, you won't understand anything. So, I read the synopsis as we were waiting for the lights to dim, and I came to discover a story of deep love, dedication, heartbreak, murder, and tragedy. The storyline was way more intense than Romeo and Juliet. And so that night, I paid attention to the singers, their actions and movement, and I let the melody of the music guide their words and my heart to understand what was happening. It changed me forever. After that night, I asked my dad to take me with him every time he was going to the operas. Of course, my favorites were the Italian ones, but maybe I'm a little biased, but don't hold it against me. So, we can also be a power for good and stop the stereotyping of Italians and the Italian language. Believe me, it's simple to do in our everyday life. When I went off to college at the University of Delaware, I was only 3 hours away from home. It was surprising to meet many students from Delaware and Maryland who would ask me about my last name. Of course I was proud to say I was Italian, and their response was always, "Oh, so your family's in the mafia?" Or, "Oh, I better be nice to you or the mafia's gonna come after me." Sure, you're trying to make friends, and you don't want to shut them down harshly, but the fact was they were being harsh with me without even realizing it. Assuming that all Italians are gangsters is offensive. In those moments, I would take a deep breath and explain that it was a stereotype they were making about we Italians, and quite frankly, it was offensive. I would follow up with all the wonderful things that the Italians had to offer and celebrate. I even had a few kids stereotype me about the language. I guess the Italian-American language, that is. One kid I met said, "Can you say forget about it?" So I said, "Forget about it." And he said, "No, the way you Italians say it, you know, forget about it." I was shocked at that one. I mean, what? So I asked him, "Can you say stereotype?" Jeez. And so, whether you're joining Italian-American clubs or organizations taking Italian classes, sharing Italian culture by reading and learning about art, fashion, music, or food, traveling to Italy, or even going to the new Italian-American Museum in Little Italy in New York City, or visiting the Garibaldi Meucci Museum in Staten Island, the important thing is to just do it and spread the word. We need to be proud that we are celebrating Italian language and culture, and we need to do what we need to do is we need to preserve it and build upon the preservation. I'm so sorry. I'm going to repeat this last line because I think it's the best. We need to be proud that we are celebrating Italian language and culture, and we need to do what we can to preserve it and build upon the foundation that my father made for all of us. Thank you e grazie.
Our next speaker served as a language teacher and department chair at Eastchester High School for 31 years and is currently an adjunct professor at Westchester Community College and liaison of the ECE program. She is president of the National Italian Honor Society, board member of IACE, which is the Italian American Committee of Education, IHCC, the Italian Heritage and Culture Committee, WCIAO, you know who that is, trustee of the Sons of Italy Garibaldi Lodge. Please welcome Lucrezia Linda.
Buonasera a tutti. Mara, I was not expecting this introduction. Just Lucrezia Linda. Perfect. Thank you very, very much. Well, let me tell you one thing. Italy gave to the world 4 explorers at the beginning of the New World. First we have Columbus, that sailed under the flag of whom? Of Spain, yes, but under a queen. Less than actually a king. And if you want to know, come and see me. Then we have Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci sailed under the King of Portugal. Then we have John Cabot. He sailed under the King of England. And finally, we have Giovanni da Verrazzano, then sailed under the King of France. You are going to tell me why not under an Italian king or a pope? Do you know why? Because Italy at that time was divided in different states or papal states. So it was not unified. We had to wait until the 1800 at the end in order to get the unification of Italy. That's the reason why. This year, we are celebrating Giovanni da Verrazzano, 500 years. And the committee of the Italian Heritage Cultural Committee worked very hard. Actually, every year we work very hard. We meet once a month in New York City, and except summer, of course, and we prepare for you the posters, we prepare the booklets, we prepare the bookmarks. So please make sure to get one when you leave. Let me talk a little bit about Verrazzano, because Verrazzano, he's the one that sailed on December 1st, 1524. And first, he landed on North Carolina, what we call now North Carolina. After that, he sailed into the harbor of New York. Do you know that he sailed 85 years before Henry Hudson? You did not know that, right? You know now. Well, after he went north, the north coast, he went to Rhode Island, and he discovered Block Island, and Narragansett. During the second voyage, he did the coast of Brazil. The third voyage, he went first through Florida, then to Bahamas, and then finally through another island. This little, they call it Antilles, I think. Yes, Antilles. But something happened here. He was captured, killed, and consumed in front of the eyes of his brother, Girolamo, just few steps from him. Well, I'm not going to talk more about Verrazzano, but I want to talk to you about the history of Verrazzano a little bit. Because Verrazzano was different from all the other explorers. He was a humanitarian. He was sent by the king, Francis I of France, to explore the coastline. And what he did, he had to study, and did study, the geography. He studied the people. He studied the customs of these people, while his brother Girolamo drew everything they saw. How do we know this? Because we have a collection of the letters that Verrazzano sent to the king of France. And they are under what we call the Colere Codex. And a nice one, actually, which is the oldest one, is here in New York. It is at the Morgan Library and Museum. So please make sure to go and see and read everything he wrote about, because he was really a humanitarian. He just came here to explore and tell what was going on. At this moment, I would like to call to the podium Daniel, please, and also the principal, Jennifer Mangoro. And on behalf of the Italian Heritage and Cultural Committee, our president is Joseph Sciame, I would like to present the poster because you hosted this beautiful event. And now I am going to call to the podium a rare find who is always attentive about teachers and students, Lisa Santalis.
everyone. Actually, it's Lisa Mariotti Santalis. My Italian father would be very happy that I was here tonight, celebrating Italian culture with you all. Again, my name is Lisa Santalis, and I am the Assistant Dean for High School Partnerships at Westchester Community College. Westchester Community College has had a long relationship with the Italian community and with students and all members of the community for many, many, many years, especially through Professor Sclafani. He was a professor at Westchester Community College for many years and established an amazing club that went on trips and activities and organizations and a department, of courses and professors, and so it really flourished under his direction, and it continues to with Professor Lucrezia Lindia as well. But we also partner with the community through our early college experience program. So I want to encourage you all to take advantage of this opportunity, get a head start on college. And you're also doing college level work, so you're taking on a much more rigorous program. So I congratulate all of you who do participate in that program and encourage you all to definitely take advantage of it. And hope to see you at the college sometime. Thanks.
Our Secretary Treasurer, Daniele Passalacqua, brings over 10 years of finance experience and a deep-rooted Italian heritage to W. Chow. He embodies the values of integrity, professionalism, and cultural pride. He was Professor Sclafani's right-hand man and continues being ours. A brilliant, dedicated, and tireless worker. Please welcome Daniele.
Thank you, Maya. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Daniele Passalacqua, Secretary and Treasurer of Westchester Chow, and the man behind many of the emails. It is truly inspiring to see so many students dedicated to the Italian language and culture. In honoring your commitment tonight, we remember the bold journey that Giovanni di Verrazzano, whose explorations opened new horizons. Just as Verrazzano ventured into the unknown, seeking connection and discovery, each of you embarks on a journey through language. One that not only enriches your understanding, but fosters connections across cultures and borders. Learning a new language is more than just acquiring vocabulary. It's embracing a rich history, a diverse heritage, and shared experiences that bind us. You're the bridge between cultures, much like Verrazzano was between Italy and the New World. As you continue your studies, remember that courage, curiosity, and resilience that he exemplified. May you carry these qualities as you pursue your own paths and contributions to the rich dialogue between Italy and the New World. I'd like to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to the late Professor Carlo Sclafani, whose vision and dedication laid the foundation for everything we celebrate here tonight. As co-founder of Westchester Chow, Professor's passion for Italian language and culture lives on in each and every one of us. And without his pioneering efforts, none of this would have been possible tonight. We honor his memory today and continue to remember him in all that we do. I would also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the dedicated teachers who have guided and inspired our students. Your passion and commitment are the foundation upon which these bright minds can build. Through your efforts, we have not only taught language, but opened up windows into a culture that will stay with them for life. Also, a special thank you to our generous donors. Your contributions have made it possible for these students to pursue their studies and embrace opportunities that will shape their future. Your support and investment in their success and the preservation and growth of your support and investment to their success and in the preservation and growth of our Italian language and culture. On behalf of the Westchester Chow Board, thank you to your dedication and passion. The future of the Italian language is a brighter one because of all of you.
Grazie, and may your journey ahead be as boundless as Giovanni di Verrazzano.
Isabella Di Marco is the social media officer and passionate Italian and Spanish language teacher, the Modern Language Honor Society advisor, and Italian club advisor at Brewster High School. Please stand and be recognized, Isabella.
Salve, buonasera a tutti, grazie per essere qui questa sera. Allora, ho una sorpresa per tutti voi. Ho creato il nostro sito, adesso ve lo faccio vedere a tutti quanti. So we have the first page that has who we are, the Westchester Coalition of the Italian American Organization. And then when we scroll down, if I'm able to, we have the welcome, who we are, that you can read that on your own, and with the Facebook page and the Instagram page. So I will be start sharing all the events and everything that comes up so you can keep yourself informed. We also have our upcoming events, which, the Italian flag raising, which was last week. He has all the info, the link, the proclamation ceremony, which is happening right now. The tree planting ceremony that happened on October 2nd, which was at Westchester Community College. We have the founder page, the executive board. It has the biographies. You can read a little bit more about us and where we come from. And tells you a little bit more about every single one of us. And then we have also something about biography about Carlos Papani as well. We have the accomplished events, which is the proclamation ceremony that we did at Westchester last year. And it has the picture of all of us. It has the Westchester proclamation ceremony. Here we had the middle school. They did a beautiful performance. It was a song they did for the audience. We had George Latimer here and Mr. De Chico as well. I added a picture on the top. And I also have the Brewster High School and so on. We have our Italian classes, so I really encourage all the teachers to start sharing their pictures with me, because I am going to post them. This is Somers Middle School. They started sharing photos with me, so I added them on our website. And I look forward to receive all the other photos from all the other teachers, because I really want to keep this updated as much as I can. And the joining page. So here's it's very easy. Go to the Google form, and then you'll be able to join, and I can be in contact with you. So once again, I will be sharing this with you sometime next week, and I look forward to receive lots of images. And please let me know about your activities, things that you do in the classroom, so we can really come in strong and unify as much as we can. Okay? So grazie e buona continuazione.
I'm going to move on to Antonio France, who is this Vice President of WCHOW, teacher of Italian and liaison of the Modern Language Department at Brewster High School, founder of the Italian Club, and along with Isabella Di Marco, founder of the Modern Language Honor Society and organizer of many cultural events promoting Italian culture. I'd like you, Antonio, did you want to say a few words? Okay. Board members, would you please rise and be recognized? Stand, please. My board members. And say to the podium for the student awards. Students, as your names are called, please come up on your right side, my left side here. You will shake the hands of the people here on the stage and go to the end and receive both your award certificate and the certificate from the chair of the legislators, Mr. Vedat Gashi, at the end there, as well as promotional materials in honor of Verrazzano, ok?
Buonasera a tutti, grazie di essere venuti tutti quanti, benvenuti a tutti I genitori, professori, studenti, famiglia. Okay, I am Antonio Franze and it's my pleasure to read all the names this evening. I will not give a speech, so welcome. I don't think we need no applause necessary. Shall we begin? Cominciamo? Allora, cominciamo con Santino Arce, student of Aurora Russo, from Lewis and Clark Middle School in Paris. Sofia Juanca, student of Karantiska of White Plains High School.